Hey, what's going on, guys? It's FPL Yusuf here, and welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to be going over my Game Week 19 transfer targets, and I am also going to mix my final team selection video into this to make it one long video. I'm going to cover how we're currently getting on in Game Week 18, what my team and what my transfers are going to look like for Game Week 19, but also what my actual team selection will be for this coming deadline as well. So we're going to cover a lot in this video. We're going to merge both of them into one, so hopefully you guys do enjoy it. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for being here with me today on my YouTube channel for another video. Before we get into this one, if you wouldn't mind dropping a thumbs up and subscribing down below, it would be greatly appreciated. So like I said in the intro, today I'm going to be doing my transfer targets, but I am also going to be mixing my final team selection into this one video. There are kind of two reasons for that. Number one, spoiler alert, I am probably like 99% sure I'm going to roll the transfer this week. So my team, what we see today, is probably going to be the exact same as what it will be on the deadline on Sunday. So I'm just going to show you guys briefly, kind of what that is looking like. But also, my transfers, I kind of want to save them for Game Week 20, as I've got a few different ideas and different moves that I want to make. So it was kind of more beneficial. So the transfer targets you see in this video are going to be just my sort of longer term plans. I say longer term, it's only like an extra couple of days because Game Week 20 starts on January the 1st. So it's literally only a couple of days later. But the transfer targets in this video will kind of be based around that, as this week I am rolling the transfers. So yeah, I hope you guys do like this style of video. It's just a one-off because the game weeks are so close. Obviously I'm traveling as well, so like trying to fit all the different videos together is a little bit tricky at the moment. But this hopefully will be the last time you guys see this sort of setup, this light and all that, because I should be back before Game Week 20, fingers crossed. If I'm not, I will still have a video up for you. But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, this will be the last time you see me like this. Okay, so let's get into how we're currently doing in Game Week 18. It's worth me I'll timestamp this for you guys. So at the time of recording, it's currently Friday evening here where I am. So we've still got 2 more games to go. We've still got the Arsenal game and we've still got Brighton to play as well. So my team currently, we're on 47 points. I am level with my safety scores. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we should be on a green arrow this week. Got a bit lucky this week because Luis Diaz didn't play. We took a -4 to bring him in, but obviously Anthony Gordon's our first sub with 10 points. So he's coming in with a massive double-digit haul for us. We've still got Timber and David Raya, the double Arsenal defence, as well as Gabriel Jesus in the Arsenal match. So we've got a triple up on them. And then we've got a Stupinian who's playing Brentford as well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get some extra points there. Like I said, at the time of recording, those games haven't kicked off yet. But when you guys see this video, the updated team will have my final points. So it'd be after the Arsenal game is played and after the Brighton game is played as well. So what you guys see on screen now as you're watching this is my final team. Like I said, hopefully, fingers crossed, it will be a green arrow this week. We had some good returns, obviously Mo Salah scoring as our captain, Palmer getting his goal, Cunha just being the hero of the week. A lot of people did transfer him out last week. Sort of amid his potential ban, which at the time of recording we still actually haven't heard anything. So I'm going to move on to him in my next section about the transfer targets. But for right now, he's just going to stay because he's just so good. A few little bit disappointing things. Gavardio, I said it in my final team section video that it would be sod's law that Everton, who don't score against anyone, do get their goal against Manchester City. But I was happy with his overall attacking play. I think he had like a 0.52 expected goal. So the reason why we did bring him in wasn't so much for the clean sheets, even though I kind of was hoping they'd get one against Everton. It was more for the attacking return, which he offers, and he did offer it in that game. So I have no doubt that eventually, and hopefully, fingers crossed, sometime soon, he will be getting an attacking return. Nicholas Jackson, we're going to talk about him in the next section as well. I'm not really too happy with him. I spoke about him last week, so there is potential that he's going to be leaving our team very soon as well. But overall, like I said, we're currently on 47 points at the time of me recording this. It's definitely going to be 57 because we've got Anthony Gordon coming in. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get into the sort of mid to high 60s, maybe early 70s as well, providing the Arsenal boys and the Stupinian do come good. So yeah, that is how we've currently got in Game Week 18. I'm going to jump straight into my transfer targets for Game Week 19, but also with a little bit of a longer view for Game Week 22. Okay, so first up, I think this week, coming into Game Week 19, we're going to roll the transfer. I'm 99.9% sure the only way I don't roll this transfer this week is if Cunha does come out with a ban. If we come out and we hear Cunha's been banned for a couple of games, then I will make my transfers early, which I'm going to come to in a second. But if not, then we're just going to roll and take 2 into Game Week 20. And the reason why this is beneficial for us is because there are a few moves that I do and I am looking to make. So the first one up, like I just touched on there, is Nicholas Jackson. Now, I didn't want to take him out ahead of this Game Week 19 fixture. Obviously, he's got Ipswich away. that could be quite a high scoring game. He hasn't been in the best of form recently. He's been ticking over sort of kind of like here and there, but to be honest with you, I've just been very disappointed in him. I feel like with the fixtures that Chelsea had and the chances he's been getting, he should have had more. I know we always think that about every player, but for me, I just think that there should be something, whether it be a goal and assist. He should have been getting more points. So I think this will probably be this coming game will probably be the last time we keep him for Ipswich. And after that, I am looking to actually move him out to Ollie Watkins. See, Duran did get sent off in his last game, which means he's not going to be available till after the FA Cup game week. So we've got Ollie Watkins for 2 games, and Aston Villa have got Leicester in game week 20 and they've got Everton in game week 21. So these are really, really big fixtures for me, and these are high upside fixtures, which I'm going to take a bit of a gamble. Now, I don't think Watkins is a long-term hold for me, but neither is Nicholas Jackson. So I am going to, like I said in my previous video, I'm trying to go for high upside picks at the moment before I end up wildcarding. And obviously going into game week 20 with 2 free transfers, one of them will be used to make this move. Now, at the time of recording, I have about 0.1 million in the bank, providing, you know, no one goes up, no one goes down. So yeah, I can make that move. I can move Jackson to Watkins, which, you know, like I said, we'll probably go out on a high with Jackson, hopefully against Ipswich. And then game week 20 on, I think it's New Year's Day. The 1st of January is when game week 20 kicks off. We will be going with Ollie Watkins because Duran won't be available. So yeah, that will be probably my first transfer that I make next game week. Now, the other question is, do I use the second free transfer? There is a possibility that I just roll it and go into game week 21 with another 2 free transfers. However, there is also some things that I am looking to move out. So Estupinian first is one. I spoke about him a few videos ago. Brighton just haven't been up to the standard that I expected with them, especially with the run of fixtures they had. I think this fixture this week that they've got currently, which is going to be played tonight, is probably their last good fixture on paper, which is Brentford at home. After this, I kind of want to get rid of Estupinian. Now, the first player that I'm looking to bring in for is Munoz from Crystal Palace. The only problem is in game week 20, he plays Chelsea. So I probably wouldn't want to start him in that game, which is why there's a possibility that I wait until game week 21 to make that move. The other defender that I'm looking to bring in for either Estupinian or the player who I'm going to come into in a second is Jurriën Timber, is Ola Aina from Nottingham Forest. Now, he's got Wolves that week, which I don't mind. But obviously, if I'm going to keep Mateus Cunha for now, I don't really want to play Cunha going up against Aina. It just wouldn't make sense. They do have Southampton in, I think, game week 22, I believe. So they have got a decent run of fixtures. And Forest are a decent defence. So there's upsides to both of them. I think Munoz has got the better fixtures over the next 4 or 5. Aina's got the better fixtures over the immediate sort of 1 or 2 games. But like I said, for me personally, it's not just a stupid, and there is a possibility that I move Jurriën Timber out. Now, I think Arsenal's fixtures sort of changed quite heavily from game week 19, which is kind of why we went for Gabriel Jesus a couple of weeks ago. He was a very short-term pick. I don't know if I want to be doubled up on Arsenal defence for at least for the next sort of 5-6 game weeks. They've got some tricky fixtures in there where I could see them conceding. It's not inconceivable that Arsenal do manage to go through those games and get clean sheets. They are the best defence in the league for a reason. I just wonder if there are some higher upside picks like Munoz, like Aina, that I could look to target. So I think that's something that I'm going to think about. It may happen, it may not happen. I might just roll the free transfer, like I said, and go into game week 21 with 2 transfers. But that is a transfer that I'm definitely thinking about, is either getting rid of Estupinian or Timber for the likes of Munoz or Aina. So we're going to have to wait and see on that one. And the other possibility that I have is to move Mateus Cunha out for Alexander Isak. Now, Wolves' fixtures really do take a turn for the next few weeks. Now, playing against Man United, I wasn't too mad at having to play him, because obviously, you know, he'd done what he did. He got a 12-pointer. So we thought that there could be chances for them. However, when they play against Chelsea, they play against Arsenal over the next few weeks, I feel like those games might be a little less chances for Cunha to create. So for me, I am sort of looking at moving him out for Alexander Isak. The question is, obviously, Isak's been returning every single week. The silliest transfer to move him out a few weeks ago for Nicholas Jackson. I don't even want to talk about that. But the question is, do we bring him in now when Newcastle kind of missed their best run? I still think there's goals for Alexander Isak in these next coming fixtures. I think that Newcastle, they're playing well, and they're playing a lot better than they were, you know, sort of 5, 6, 7 weeks ago. So yeah, I think there's definitely an opportunity to bring Isak in. I don't think it's too late. You know, someone of his quality can genuinely score against anybody. I think it all depends on how Cunha does, I guess, with the ban situation. But like I said, I don't really want to own him going into the likes of Chelsea, going to the likes of Arsenal, because they are just better defenders than better defenses than what Wolves have been playing the likes of Man United. They've got Tottenham this coming week. So yeah, I don't mind keeping him for those games, but I think longer term, I'll probably look to move Cunha out, and Alexander Isak is that main replacement for me as of right now. Okay, so this is what my team is looking like for game week 19. Like I said, we are 99% sure I'm just going to roll the transfer and just go with this. So it's pretty much very similar to what it was for this week. So in defence, we've obviously got the double Arsenal defence, probably Arsenal's last quote unquote decent fixture for a little bit. So we're going to go with Timber and David Raya. Gavardio has got Leicester. I'm hoping that this is going to be the week that Man City keep a clean sheet. But judging by how they're playing at the moment, I just don't have no hope for them at all. But we're hoping that he can get an attacking return. We are going to go for Anthony Robertson as the third defender in the back line. Obviously, he's got Bournemouth at home. Not the greatest fixture in the world, not the worst. So we are going to bench Semenyo. I'm going to choose to prioritise Fulham's defence over Bournemouth's attack in this game, as Fulham are the home side. Into the midfield, we've got the double up on Liverpool. Mo Salah probably going to be captain this for this coming week. Luis Diaz, who I'm expecting to start. I knew he was going to get a rest at some point. And the fact that he didn't come on at all in the Leicester game just shows me that I think that was always planned. I think that they were going to give him the game off because Leicester probably was the easiest fixture for them over the next sort of 3 or 4. And he now should be fully rested to start for West Ham and hopefully on New Year's Day and the one after that as well. So I'm keeping it positive and keeping fingers crossed with that. Cole Palmer obviously is going to be in there Ipswich away. He is the alternative captain option. I'm not really too sure. I do prefer Cole Palmer if he's playing at Stamford Bridge as opposed to away. But I think it's a lot closer than that gives him credit. And the last player we've got in this midfield is I am going to go for Anthony Gordon this week. I benched Gordon for game week 18 and started Semenyo. Got very lucky. Obviously, Gordon's going to come on this week. I'm not going to make that mistake. I'm going to start Anthony Gordon against a very poor Man United side. They don't look that great at all. I think Gordon could have some joy in that game. So yeah, we're going to start him. And the front three will be the same as it was this week. It's Cunha, it's Jackson, and it's Gabriel Jesus as well. So yeah, hopefully fingers crossed those three, there's potential for it to be Gabriel Jesus and Nicholas Jackson's last games, maybe even Mateus Cunha as well. So hopefully fingers crossed they can all go out with a bang and get some goals. But yeah, that's what the team lineup's looking like. Like I said, it'll probably be either a Salah or a Palmer captaincy for game week 19, but we're going to leave that decision right till the deadline. And yeah, we're probably going to end up just rolling the transfer for this week. So that is what my team is looking like for game week 19. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please don't forget to drop a thumbs up and subscribe down below. Thank you guys for bearing with me with the whole lighting setup and the sound setup. I hope this one's better this time. I've sort of plugged my mic in a little bit of a different angle this time, so hopefully, fingers crossed, you can hear me better in the audio. I should be back tomorrow, hopefully, with an FPL challenge video. I'm going to try and get that uploaded tomorrow evening before obviously the deadline on Sunday, so fingers crossed that will be up. But yeah, like I said, if you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to drop a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I'll catch you guys next time.